So we're going to look at what you might call the digital marketing toolbox, all the different things which you can put together in an integrated digital marketing campaign. And you could say, well, hang on, why don't you have any offline tools in the toolbox? Of course, ultimately, everything does have to work together. We are focusing on digital marketing platforms and digital tools, but this is not to say that we shouldn't be also in the back of our mind thinking about TV, press, posters, radio, direct mail, sales promotion, point of sale, all these other things. And indeed, digital has not killed any offline. In fact, it's only now finding its place as part of the integrated marketing mix. There's a lot of different activity which we would describe as digital marketing, and there are a lot of ways of classifying and segmenting and trying to make sense of it. This is one way that I've looked at doing this, by the purpose of the activity. And I think that's a good place to start, because we should always be considering what are we trying to achieve in any marketing activity before we start jumping into some exciting mobile app or using a new social media tool, getting into Google Plus, for instance, or constructing a Facebook page. We are really jumping too far ahead of ourselves. We would need to think, hang on, what are we trying to achieve here? That's the first step. So are we looking to acquire customers, acquisition? Are we trying to keep the ones we've got? Or are we basically trying to put it all together in terms of management? And as a marketing director, marketing decision maker, it is our responsibility to look at the whole picture and to plan our year's marketing activity within the available budgets to optimize the results. So taking these one at a time, acquisition. We could be looking at natural search, SEO, paid search, Google AdWords, pay-per-click, affiliate marketing, display advertising, online display, viral marketing, online PR, RSS feeds, blogging, user-generated content, social media, podcasting, wikis, etc. We are basically trying to acquire customers. We're trying to get hold of our customers by those techniques. Then there's retention. So we've got the customers, we've got them to come to our website. What happens then? Well, the whole area of landing page optimization, thinking of the web customer journey, conversion tracking. Okay, what's actually happening? The web analytics funnel, how do we get people from the top right down to a successful outcome, whatever we want them to do, and indeed what they want to do on our website. How do we measure that process? How do we find out what's working and how we can do it better? Personalization, giving everyone the best possible personal experience. The whole area of email marketing. Increasingly, email is not being used for acquisition. You don't see cold email campaigns the way you did at the beginning of digital. And I think that's absolutely right. And the market is winning here because they weren't working, increasingly less so. However, for someone who's given you permission, who's raised their hand, who's opted in and said, okay, I'm open to your communications, I have a relationship with the organization, I trust you, very importantly, send me relevant, useful information, and sometimes even third parties that you recommend, but particularly from the organization with whom they have a relationship. That is a big, big area, and at the moment there's nothing as good as email for doing that. Whole area of social media. Social media can actually be used for acquisition as well, but of course retention, particularly on Facebook pages, interaction with the brand, the fans, the people who are currently interested in it and who have a relationship, that can be a really good way of making the website sticky, of making the brand sticky, of keeping this relationship, and social media is more and more being used for that. And then of course mobile, and we're seeing mobile cropping up pretty much everywhere. There is an argument at the moment that almost everything that has been done on a desktop PC or a laptop can now be done on a mobile device, increasingly so. Question, of course, for us to debate is whether that is appropriate. Is there a role for each of the different size screens, from watching Avatar in 3D on IMAX cinema to watching a movie on your big TV screen at home, to what happens on a smaller screen on a laptop, right down to what happens when you're out and about using a mobile device. And then the whole area of managing the digital marketing as part of the integrated mix, so planning, the strategic planning, the measurement, the database management, legal issues, design, usability, optimization, and integrating with offline channels. It's a big, big area. It's a complex discipline. It's fragmented, and there are, of course, specialists in each of these areas who will be advisors, who will be consultants, who will work with clients and with agencies to optimize each part of the mix. But it's important to take a step back at this stage and look at the whole totality. And I think this does make sense of the complex world of digital marketing.